This is Britain's busiest airport, with nearly 500,000 planes taking off and landing every year. It's currently Europe's #1 airport. But competition from abroad is hotting up.
Are you sweating as well? Me too.
And with nearly 80 million passengers expected through Heathrow this year,
Sometimes I feel I'm going to have a heart attack.
Your ambulance, please.
it's down to the army of nearly 77,000 staff to keep their airport at the top of the table.
My pleasure.
There'll be some familiar faces and some new ones.
It's your back garden. You're in charge of this, you're the landlord.
On the airfield, in the terminal,
Can you see the knife?
I can see it.
and for the first time,
Passports out of your pockets, please.
we'll go to the front line of Britain's biggest border.
So if you just look at me straight on, put your head up.
Everyone is working harder than ever to keep Heathrow at #1.
They left the ticket.
It's early morning at the busiest terminal at Heathrow. 88,000 people are due to travel through Terminal 5 today. And one very important visitor means staff can't afford to relax.
Morning, everybody. His Royal Highness Prince Charles of Wales is coming to visit us today. So the royal protocol that the palace have asked us to do is for all females to place their right leg behind their left and do a mini curtsy, and for all males to do a very slight forward bow.
You can't touch him. He may come forward to you to offer a handshake. If you do, obviously, give your hand back. But apart from that, obviously, we can't engage with him.
Tourists flock from around the world to see the royals, who bring in £1.8 billion a year to the UK economy. But today, some lucky visitors don't even need to leave the airport to get a glimpse of the future king.
Very well.
I'm just done. Just taking up back to my grandchildren. Oh no, I've just been a holiday. Prince
Charles is at Heathrow to meet some of the staff who work on the UK's busiest border. Whenever a VIP visits the airport, everything needs to be perfect. And there's one particular toilet that requires extra special attention.
Yeah, so in for a right treat coming over to the Royal Suite. This is dignified logs.
Hugh has worked at Heathrow for over 25 years. Today, he's teaching apprentice Raj all about posh effluence.
There's no different poo. Poo's poo.
Yeah, it's a nice rich one, though, so nice little introduction for you.
They're carrying out essential maintenance work, cleaning the septic tank at the Royal Suite.
It must get worse in the summer.
Oh, lovely.
Heathrow's septic tanks are cleaned out with a gully sucker, essentially a giant vacuum on wheels that can suck 7,000 litres in one go.
Didn't want it too close, did you? Is that right?
That'll be a 3-piper.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, up and over. Oh my God! What can I smell here? Could be a madras. Chicken madras. That'll put hairs on your chest. Right, let's get the old valve on.
If they aren't maintained, sewage could back up, causing a stink across the airport.
Hold it there.
It will kick a bit when we fire up.
Yeah, you can feel it there.
And then we'll do it gently, so make sure we haven't got any leakage. So you wouldn't want a mouthful of that, would you?
It's pulling me down.
This is where the old sea fishing skills come in.
They definitely need to start chewing their food, because there was quite a lot down there. He's taught me a few things, definitely today, of how to clean your pipe out.
With the tank drained of its VIP content, the Royal Suite's lavatory is fit for a king. Covering over 3,000 acres, Heathrow has more than 20 miles of walkways, taking passengers to and from the 187 gates across the airport.
No, you take seat. Take seat.
But not all passengers can travel by foot. Some require special assistance.
Nice here.
Thank you very much.
Got all your hair still.
I'm trying, yes.
Good. Hold on to your seatbelts. 1.5 miles an hour we move.
And it's up to a team of buggy drivers to make sure they make it to the gate on time so flights aren't delayed.
How long you are working here?
I work in here now 4 years.
Okay, you're a lovely man.
Yeah?
What's your name?
Carlo.
Carlo, okay.
Carlo, sir. Have a good journey home.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, yeah? All right.
It's not just the elderly that need Carlo's help. Sometimes people are just too famous to walk.
All right, so gate 27 we're after. The front seat's my best seat, by the way. Amazing, eh? Life is so sweet. Sorry, ma'am? Yeah, absolutely. That's all I do. I try my best to make it that way. Watch your back, Jamaica coming through. Okay, man. Have a good holiday, yeah? Woo, woo, woo. What can I say? Pamela A. Capleton Anderson. Woo, woo, woo. She was a nice passenger. But I've met bigger passengers. I once met Johnny Barnes. I asked him for a signature. He said, wait there 1 minute and I'll come back to you. And I'm still waiting there now.
But Carlo hasn't got time to wait any longer. He's been moved from his regular beat in Terminal 3 to help out in Terminal 2 for the first time. And he's impressed with the buggies.
It actually feels like it's sliding a bit. It's so much smoother.
An Air India flight is about to land, and more than 40 passengers need assistance in order to make it to their connecting flight on time.
Currently, the flight's already late, so we're going to be pretty tight on this one. I'm going to have an hour and a half. Let's make sure all 44 wheelchairs are offloaded as quick as possible. Does anyone see any issues, any challenges they're facing?
Well, it's definitely an issue, isn't there?
What's the issue?
Well, it's 44.
It's another day in the airport, buddy.
Okay, that's cool.
Highest was 125 liters.
Yeah?
125 liters.
125.
This is probably one of the lowest. Lowest, yes.
Yeah.
I think the flight's...
It might be low for some, but it's the busiest transfer Carlo has ever done on one of the tightest turnarounds at Heathrow. As Carlo waits for the delayed flight to arrive, outside, the airfield needs to run like clockwork. Every plane has to be pushed out of the gate by a diesel-guzzling tug because jet engines are too powerful to start near terminal buildings. The procedure is called pushback and takes a team of between 2 and 5 members of ground staff to coordinate. British Airways are trying to revolutionize the process with an environmentally friendly robot. This isn't R2-D2. This is Motortop.
Right, Lee. Right then. First thing, you get your handheld device out first.
Today, trainer Lee is being taught by Dermot how to operate his new battery-powered partner.
Lights first. Boom.
If Lee can turn it on, that is.
Right. That's not happened. Ah, I know. I haven't connected. There we go. Okay. I forgot to connect initially.
Yeah, that's fine.
Motortop could wipe out tugs and their fumes from airfields worldwide and only requires one member of ground staff to operate it.
Yeah, it's the biggest remote control car I've ever played with anyway.
OK, Lee, so what I'm going to ask you to do is imagine you push this aircraft out with 200 people on board, yeah?
Right.
Make sure there's nothing going behind us. Yeah, and we'll go. Nice and gently.
That looks good to me.
It's looking good.
At the click of a button on Lee's remote, Motortop can fix itself to the nose gear and can automatically detect for different size wheels. It can tow up to 195 tons. That's the same as 16 fire engines.
So if you're going live, you'd say to the captain, release his brakes.
Yeah, release your brakes, yeah.
Yeah. In your own time, nice and gently. Just apply the pressure. There you go. How's that feel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're moving in your first aircraft.
A few butterflies.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice and gently.
Lee has transferred from baggage to be amongst the first wave of Motortop controllers.
See that lamppost out there?
Yeah.
Make sure you keep your eye on that.
He's used to being in charge of suitcases filled with sandals and snorkels. Now, having had just 3 hours training, he has full control over this £80 million A320.
More left.
Yeah, a little bit of butterflies when I first pushed it off, but I'm feeling all right now.
Yeah.
It's moving. I've got control of it. I've got this man next to me, so I'm all right.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Stop there now. Just straighten it. That's it.
That's a push. I got it.
Yeah.
With just one member of staff needed to operate, Motortop means pushback will be streamlined and more planes should depart on schedule. "26,000 passengers are hoping their flights leave on time from Terminal 4 today, as long as they're not carrying anything they shouldn't be.
Come this way, please. Can you go that way, sir? Can you take your rucksack off for me and walk slowly past the door for me, please, and stiff your bags.
A Borderforce team are screening passengers leaving the UK, and they're not looking for explosives or drugs.
This is a customs dog, OK? He looks for money. Do you have money with you?
Yeah, yes.
And how much money are you taking out of the country?
5,000.
5,000 pounds?
No, dollar.
OK, just going to my colleague down there, please.
Britain is the money laundering capital of the world, with financial fraud costing the UK economy as much as £6.8 billion a year. That's over £100 per person.
A lot of the people who carry money are connecting on to other places. It's a huge international hub, so it's sort of a gateway to the world, almost. If you take the money away from these organised crime gangs, then they really come unstuck.
They're checking, but that's security. Security reason.
Passengers carrying over £1,000 worth of any currency can be questioned. If officers believe the money is linked to criminality, it can be seized on the spot.
Do you have any cash in here? And how much money is in here?
€1,000,000.
€1 million.
€1,000,000.
€1,000,000. James?
No, 1,000.
1,000. 1,000 euros. Okay, any other money with you at all today?
No.
Just that in your bag? Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Thank you very much, thank you. €1 million.
Ruby's been trained to smell the ink used on banknotes, and a couple of passengers bound for Bangkok have piqued her interest.
Are you together, guys?
No.
Okay. How much money do you have here?
1,800 quid.
Okay, and how much money is
About
it?
£4,000.
Okay. Are you with anyone else? Just yourself?
My own, yeah.
This woman will need to provide a good explanation of where the £4,000 has come from. Otherwise, she won't be taking it with her.
Yes, sir, thank you. You can go. Yes, fine. In a minute.
We're going down, are we? All right, let me get my chair.
In Terminal 2, Carlo's preparing to welcome a group of Air India passengers who need wheelchair assistance to make their connecting flight.
I'm ready, raring to go. I've got all my words ready. Namaste, namaste. And they reckon if I say that, they're all going to rush me. But I'm a Jamaican, I can handle it. I can handle it. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go.
But time is against him.
I've never seen this amount of wheelchair assistance at one gate in my life. I've been here 4 years.
Welcome to Terminal 2.
The incoming flight is delayed, meaning Carlo and the team have just an hour and a half to get all 44 passengers to their departure gate.
I'm just going to take this lady. I'm just going to bring her upstairs, just with her. She's nearly falling.
If he can't get the passengers to the connecting flight on time, they'll have to be rebooked at the airline's cost.
You've got to take them off the plane, go up here, and then drop them onto the buggy.
I'm going to fill up this buggy, and then I'll bring you to connecting.
in India, usually the buses you see there, they're getting on the roofs and stuff like that. But we have a big safety element here, so we've got to make sure that we're only fitting 5.
Go. Better.
Heathrow's Buggy Drivers assisted more than 1 million passengers last year.
I come straight back up, yeah?
And some flights are more demanding than others.
Everywhere we've been, it hasn't been this bad. I think there's too many passengers for a wheelchair today.
There's a bit of an urgency at this precise moment to get everyone flowing and moving quick enough.
Carlo collects the last of the passengers before driving them to the gate.
Okay? Take your time.
Thank you very much.
Oh, shukra. This is where I'll be letting them go.
And it looks like they've made it on time and everyone's present and accounted for.
Auntie, passport? Where?
Or maybe not.
Where's your husband? Where's uncle? Where? Paji? We can't find her partner.
Carlo, who usually works in Terminal 3, now has to search a terminal he doesn't know for the missing passenger.
This is a regular thing. People get scared. I know my mother will be scared in India by herself, can't speak a word of Indian. This is why we have to help them no matter what. It's just part of the job. So we have to find him now.
The last couple of passengers going on now, we've got about 5 minutes to get them on, probably just under 5 minutes, because the doors are going to close in the next 2 minutes. There were
all right,
ladies who walked and...
Is this husband? She didn't even tell us when he turned up. She didn't say nothing to me. And I'm there standing right next to the husband. Nice seeing you. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. It is chaotic here, but I work for T3. So back to my lovely life, you know, running up and down as well, but after 2, 3, 4 passengers, not 23, 24, 25 passengers.
All the passengers made it onto the departing flight. But some might not be so lucky.
Keep going. That's fine. Keep going, please. Keep going. Keep going.
In Terminal 4, Borderforce officers are screening passengers leaving for Bangkok, looking for cash linked to criminal activity.
How much is that?
So I've got $100 notes, and then I've got 2,000 Thai baht.
Okay. Can you open that for me?
Yeah.
Ruby the dog has identified a woman travelling to Thailand, carrying over £4,500 worth of cash.
That is about 1,000, would you say?
That's about 1,200, yes.
Okay.
The passenger claims her family gave her the money to help pay for her uncle's wedding, and that she's taking it in cash to avoid bank and exchange rate costs.
I don't like having a large amount of cash on me. Even if I've got a couple $100 in my pocket, I feel a bit sort of vulnerable.
How did your mum get hold of this money? Did she take it out from a bank account?
Okay.
Or
Do you
where
want me
from?
to ring her?
Yes, please.
Of course. I used to fly for Virgin Atlantic as cabin crew, and I know a lot about airports, but I've never experienced this before.
Officers need to investigate the money's origin to confirm the story.
I feel like I'm hot, I feel bothered. I don't know, just a bit nervous. But I suppose it's normal, it's human, isn't it? You feel like that.
Sorry, madam.
It's all right, don't worry, it's your job, you have to do these sort of things. But I am boarding soon.
Hi, sir. Sorry, I'm an officer with Borderforce. Can you confirm whether you have given her anything to take to Thailand with her? Where did you get this money from? From your account. Thank you very much. That's all I needed to know. Thanks. Your mother has confirmed it. A couple of checks on the passport,
Okay.
and you'll be free to go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Officers are happy the money's legitimate, and the passenger can take it with her to help pay for her uncle's wedding.
The first for everything, right?
Yeah, there's always a
We should
first
put a
for
bit of
everything.
makeup on now, though.
Out on the tarmac, it's the end of a busy day and the start of a new chapter for Ian.
One from Tarmac.
Tarmac, go ahead.
Okay, we've got a BA and A320 going to stand 531.
That's copied. That's British Airways A320. We're on our way. Thank you, young man.
After weeks of training, he's marshalling planes without the watchful eye of his trainer, Simon. He and his new partner James are off to guide in a plane arriving from Glasgow, which is due on stand in 5 minutes.
You're controlling an aircraft. You're telling where to go, so it's all down to you and these two sticks. If you don't stop in the correct place, you know, you might have to get a tug to push him back or to turn out, which is going to have an implication to the airline, to the passengers. A fair amount of responsibility that goes with that.
Evening, mate.
I don't know, I can't, this door's locked.
Yeah.
You've got a kid's lock on this?
No.
The door's locked. Oh, interesting.
It's not open?
No. The door is jammed, I think.
Tarmac, combi. You've got the lock on, mate?
No. No lock. Yeah. No.
Got a combi? Yeah. It's there now, 1548.
Having navigated the car door, Ian now has to turn his attention to the cabin door and line it up perfectly so there's no delay with disembarking.
150 people on this aircraft, they're relying on you again, and the pilots are relying on you to lining up well on the stand and then parking, and then, as we say, their coach is waiting for them, so they want to get to their bags as soon as they can.
Yes, I've got the A320s now. Well done, boys.
Ian's childhood dreams have come true. He'll now be marshalling planes to help keep Heathrow as Britain's busiest airport.
My colleague, everyone, my colleague. You know, your kids are never going to talk to you again now, you know that?
I'm already an embarrassment to my wife, eh?